going to move on to our game of the day, which is, of course, Monday Night Football. All of these lines are according to FanDuel Sportsbook. The Browns, who are 7-8, 2-5 on the road, will visit the Steelers, who are 7-1, 5-2-1 at home. Right now, Pittsburgh is the 2.5-point favorite with a total of 42.5. Both teams bringing up the bottom of the AFC North, and it's worth noting that the Browns were eliminated from the playoffs yesterday. So, Arky, does that make them come out stronger to try to prevent the Steelers from making it, who are still technically in the running, or do they just throw in the towel at this point? How do you see this one going tonight?
So, before the Chargers win, they were a 3.5-point favorite, were the Browns in this game. Mm-hmm. Once the Chargers won and they got the Browns eliminated from the playoffs, it's now swung, as you see, to 2.5 in favor of the Steelers because the Steelers still have something to play for. Right? They have to win and win next week and somehow, some way, have the Jaguars beat the Colts next week.
Yep.
But then they're in. Like, if all of that happens, they will be in.
So easy.
Yeah, okay, so you're going to have to beat the Ravens and the Browns tonight. So I was thinking about this game a lot once that news happened. I'm not sure I love the bet I'm about to make on this game. Because I don't know, if you're the Browns, what you do with Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
Baker Mayfield is the future of this franchise, probably. You may not love it, but it's really hard to get a really good quarterback and trust him in the NFL draft. So Baker Mayfield has another year on his deal coming up. It's about $19 million. For a guy who's had a beat-up left shoulder and labrum this entire year, feels like, who's been wearing a big harness this whole season, it feels like, do you even play him in this game?
I was wondering that.
Just let him have the end of the season and say it's done. Because what's in it for him to continue to play, other than sort of pride with his team? I'm not sure. Okay, he may just want to gun it out and just play. I'm not so sure that he actually plays in this game tonight. He may, so I don't really trust that. Ben Roethlisberger's already said that this might be, and he's flirted with the drama before, this is probably going to be his last game at Heinz Field. And Myles Garrett said, I'd love to make that true. So, Myles Garrett's going to be motivated and ready to play, even though the team's not going to be anywhere near playoff contention now. And the Steelers, who have a pretty decent offensive line, have a really good running back in Najee Harris, and Big Ben does play well in the second half of games if they get there. So, I tend to lean that I like the Steelers with the motivation to play in this game, but the defense for the Browns is going to be pretty motivated to stop the Steelers from being able to get into the playoffs too, because with the loss, I think they're out. So, I'm going to tell you that I like the Steelers minus 2.5, but I really, really don't love it. What I do like, though, a lot is my prop play in this game.
Ooh.
Under 21.5 points in the first half. Let me just say this, Kayla. In the last 4 games, the Steelers have scored 9 points total in the first half.
What?
9 total.
It's not great.
No. In fact, I'd say it's bad. I'd say it's really, 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 really bad. So, I tend to lean toward the under in the first half and the team total under 10. But I wouldn't play that one per se because I'm a little worried about the motivation and maybe the Steelers come out and pop one big early. So, I'll play the Steelers minus 2.5. Don't love it. I'm going to put a little money on it because I can't not. And then the under 21.5 in the first half.
Okay. And actually, I'm right there with you. This is tricky because they're two mediocre teams, really. So the way I'm looking at it, their last meeting on Halloween, the Steelers got the win 15-10. And with the way the year has gone for Cleveland and factoring in the road record, it's not going to be easy for the Browns. Not that it'll make a huge difference in this game, but the Browns will be without about 5 players due to COVID protocols, while the Steelers will be missing roughly 6. It's no secret Baker, like you said, has had a less than ideal season and has been playing hurt through most of it. So, like you said, again, the best thing for him will be this offseason. Will he play tonight? Still TBD. But what the Browns have lacked in the air, they've made up for on the ground with Nick Chubb, who's recorded 207 carries for 1,143 yards, putting him at 3rd in the league, along with 8 touchdowns. And what will make this interesting, especially when you factor in Kareem Hunt, who is also expected to play, is that they will be going up against a team with the NFL's worst run defense, having given up most rushing yards by any team all season. However, in their last game, the Steelers were able to contain Chubb to just 61 yards on 16 carries and no touchdowns. On the season, Cleveland is 7-8 against the spread, while the Steelers are 6-9 and 3-5 when playing at home. Meanwhile, this total of 42 has hit the over in 8 of the Browns games, and Pittsburgh has seen it in 9. So keeping all this in mind, Arky, and while I'm hoping it'll be a good game, I'm not setting my sights very high for this one tonight, but I'm going to be right there with you. I'm going to take the Steelers at -2.5 at home, who are still, like we said, in the playoff hunt. So that's obviously going to add some motivation for them. I also kind of like the over here, even though you just gave those stats about how the Steelers put up no points in the first half. Over 42, so why not? Let's have some fun in the new year. Give me the over, which is probably not that smart, but let's have some fun. I can completely see a scenario, though, in which the Browns somehow pull out a win, especially after they played the Packers so close just last week on the road. But I'm just going to roll with the home team here. Let's see what Big Ben has in store for us. So fingers crossed, Steelers -2.5.